Okay guys, hello and welcome to another update on the Throw Barb that I did. So I've improved this build quite a bit since the last time. Last time I was still leveling in a nightmare. Right now we are in hell and I actually finished the whole game with him. Actually not quite sure if I finished Bal yet, but yeah, I did. Okay, so first of all, stat page. We have too much strength actually, because I decided while leveling just to put some points into strength, and I think I don't even need them all. So I will respec at some point to hit enough strength as I need from the gear, then some vitality, some dexterity. I decided to put some points into vitality because I wanted to hit a certain life threshold or like some kind of life pool that I feel comfortable with. And usually you want to go as much dex as you can because it buffs your attack rating and it improves your double throw damage also. So right now we are at 2.8k to 7.6k double throw damage per javelin, but that's bugged, so don't really orient yourself on that number, because I think what I gathered from other videos is that this damage number is bugged. Maybe they fixed it already and I don't know about it, but yeah, so don't really trust that number quite. So it could definitely be less, but it feels really strong, and it actually feels like it could be accurate for now. So I'm not quite sure. I'll show you with the gameplay just later on. As you can see, my cameras are capped, and yeah, so with that we can jump into the gear. And for this one I will start with the charms here. So we have Geats, then we have some random charms still. So this one is pretty good. I found that actually just like a few runs back. So that's attack rating, good attack rating, and really good life. That's a charm that I probably will keep. You could go for life and attack rating plus damage. But yeah, so I will definitely keep that charm for now. We have some really bad charms, right? So 54 attack rating, that's just really bad. This one is a kind of decent charm, 8 max, around 60 attack rating. Then we have an all-res charm, some cool charms here. Just life res, a little bit of damage here. Then we have life res, and this one is like the best charm that I actually have. 3 max, 20 attack rating and 2 dexterity. This is the best damage small charm that we can get for this build. This one's also pretty cool. Yeah, so you see, the charms aren't as good yet, but I will definitely improve on them. So there is still a few decent ones there. And we have the Annie from my Necromancer. I just muled that one over because I just wanted to have those all res, the experience gain, and the vitality. Vitality is really good. All skills is also good for this build, but we'll talk about this when we hit the skill tree. So vitality is great for a barb because it scales so well with vitality. Each point of vitality is worth more life for a barbarian than any other class in the game. So that's why vitality is still like a really good stat for the barbarian. I still need a torch. Barb torches are kind of cheap actually, so I think I will get one pretty soon. And now we are gonna go into the gear right now. So here, this one is the most insane one that I got. I paid like an arm and a leg for it. It was crazy expensive. I think I paid around 6 high runes for it. And it is a corruption that it is like one of the rare corruptions with ED and increased attack speed, which is like, I'm not sure if there are many of those right now on the server, so really happy I got this. And yeah, note to the attack speed, I will talk about that just a second later because it's kind of difficult with throw barbs, and I got information from many videos and I will talk to you about that. For the other one, I just got a random corruption, so attacker takes damage, just some random one with decent ED. And note that ghost glaives, like wraith flights, are always ethereal. So they will always drop ethereal, no matter what they like write on the trade side or something. Some guys write ethereal and think theirs is worth more. All the ghost glaives, or sorry about saying ghost glaives, all the wraith flights are ethereal, so don't worry about that. You can just pick anyone. And note that ethereal weapons in PD2, throwing weapons that is, don't lose any quantity, so you can use them all the time, so ethereal ones are always better than the normal version. So don't go for normal ones, always go for ethereal ones if you can get them. That's why Wraith Rides are obviously so good. They have a very high damage. The attack speed isn't too great on them normally, but yeah, they have really good stats. They have chance to pierce, which I'm not quite sure how it works with double throw, to be honest. I'll talk to you about that when we go for some gameplay. They have high lifesteal and decent mana after each kill, so you also get some mana back if you kill stuff, but we also want to have some life leech somewhere. So 2 Wraith Flights here. Then we have an Area's Phase, 2 open sockets, actually open right now. I will definitely put in some IAS ED jewels when I get my hands on them. I will try to buy them pretty soon then. I just bought this yesterday evening and just slapped it on. This one is a great choice because you have fast hit recovery, good skills. Mine has just +1 combat skills, but it's still fine. Then you have bonus attack rating, life steal, all good stats. Dexterity, strength, everything is good here. And the all rest. So this helm is basically a machine of a helm for the build, right? And the FHR is not to be neglected. It's a great stat here. For my amulet, many guys that are Throw Barbs decide on using a High Lords, right? Because it has some attack speed, it has +1 all skills, it has some deadly strike. But I actually decided to go for Atma Scarab. I really value the amp damage, and it's such, like, you can break physical immunes with your Battle Cry. I think it's called, right? Yeah, Battle Cry. But still, you can't do it at range. And when you are playing this build, you will still definitely feel it, that when you are at range and throwing weapons, it's so great to have that amp damage proc that like breaks the physical immunes for you, and you don't need to get close to them before breaking them. So that's a huge deal, I feel. So that's why I go for that one. We will talk about the attack speed stuff later on. For boots, I went with Clean Gore Riders, just a great boot, right? We have Deadly Strike, we have Crushing Blow, we have Open Wounds, which is really great stats all around. Open Wounds prevents monsters from healing. For some map bosses, for example, the worm in the jungle map, it's really good to stop him from healing all the time and stuff. Yeah, great boots. You could go for Goblin Toe. You could go for War Travelers. And War Travelers is actually a really cool alternative. I have some right here. These are pretty decent, really rolled here. So I have 49 War Travs from my other character. And if you look at the damage numbers here, this one says it gives 15 to 25 damage, right? In the second line. When we slap that on, you will see my damage jump up quite a bit higher than 15 to 25. And that's because this damage actually from War Travelers, like max damage is going up around a little bit more than 300 even, and min damage a little bit around 200, somewhere like that. So that's because this damage even gets scaled by your enhanced damage afterwards. So that's like kind of an exception, I think. And it's really good, so you can't neglect that. And if you want some more MF, you can definitely go for War Travelers. I just like the Crushing Blow and the Deadly Strike, and I'm not quite sure. Maybe I will switch to War Travelers sometime and see how they do. It's probably more reliable damage, and yeah, it has some strength, some vitality on there too, so that's also a great stats. So that's definitely a good boot alternative, right? Our source of Cannot Be Frozen is on this Nature Ring, or sorry about that, Ravenfrost, the other one is a Nature. So this Ravenfrost is Cannot Be Frozen, right? It's just the usual roll on that. Dexterity is great, attack rating is great, Cold Absorb is great. It's like an all-around great ring. I got 7 strength on it. You don't need that at all, but it frees up 7 points that you can put into dexterity and enhance your damage even more, right? So that's a really good one, I feel, and I think I will stick to that one. My other ring is a 3 mana steal Nature Ring. This one doesn't give us anything basically other than MF and mana leech, so, and some attack rating, right? So what we want to go for here probably is to go for a Wisp Projector to get the Heart of the Wolverine buff that you can summon, and it buffs your team for attack rating and damage. That's probably one upgrade that I will do. Probably just gonna take one of the ones that my Necro uses right now. But I need some source of mana leech somewhere else, right? And that's where my glove choice comes into play. Soon I will switch from these drags here. Those are really good drags. I hit max life leech, max strength, low life after each kill, but that doesn't really matter for them. So for those drags I will switch out for soul drainers most likely, because they have the minus physical resistance on enemies, which is really good. It buffs your damage quite a bit. And they have dual leech, which is great too, and the minus defense on hit is not to be neglected. It's really good. Why I didn't go for those yet is because I still need to hit my attack speed breakpoints basically. And when I hit the 2 IAS ED jewels in the areas, I can go for the soul drainers, and then I will switch this one for a wisp projector. The IAS values I will talk about real soon when I finish the gear. So, Gold Wrap, I went with Gold Wrap. You can go for Nosferatus, which is more damage because of the Deadly Strike, more strength. Nosferatus is a great choice. I went for the MF because I just had a perfect Gold Wrap lying around, and I just thought, yeah, why buy a Nosferatu, go through the process right now. Just use Gold Wrap and be fine with it. We have a lot of life leech already from our Wraith Flights, right? So both provide 11 lifesteal, which is, and we have even the Ariats, right? So, which is like way enough. You will see that when we hit the gameplay. You just hit one monster basically, and you just leech yourself to full. For the armor, I went with a budget option right now. So Lionheart is a great armor for on a budget, right? Because it's just a Hell, a Lum, and a Foul rune, which is all like low mid-tier runes, I would say, or even low runes. So that's like a great body armor, right? We get Vitality, we get Life, we get All Res, we get Strength, Dex, and the 106 enhanced damage for my case. You can even roll, if you have enough of the runes and stuff, you can roll them multiple times and just try to hit the highest enhanced damage. That's up to you. But yeah, it's a great choice. Otherwise, we would probably want to go for a Fortitude, a Chains of Honor, or the two throw is also a good option. So let's go over those. Fortitude is reliable damage, right? It gives 200 enhanced damage, I think, in PD2, and has a lot of life and good resistances. Like, I think it's lightning res, max lightning res, which is also good. So that's a great option. I think I will go for that because it's like price to value comparison wise, it's probably the best. For another option is Chains of Honor. It's really expensive because of the Burr rune, but it provides with 2 all skills, much like resistances, and it has the enhanced damage to demons and undead, which is still a little bit worse than raw enhanced damage, because it just hits for those specific mob types. But still, almost everything in the game is either demon and undead. There is some exceptions, but almost everything is demon undead, like 90%, 80 to 90% probably. So that most likely covers all of this stuff too. So Chains of Honor is a really good alternative, has some PDR too, really good. Another one is the 2-throw armor that can hit open sockets, right? And if you have a 2-throw that has like probably, it has 25 to 35 deadly strike, I think. So for that, you can put in 3 good jewels, right, with around 40 enhanced damage. So you are probably about like 100 enhanced damage and the deadly strike, which is probably still like a really good overall outcome. But the 3 open socket 2-throws aren't that cheap anymore because people caught on to it. And the jewels to put inside, you need to pay for those too. So this can get like pretty pricey really quick, right? And if you don't go for like really good jewels in there, you probably are just better off using a Fortitude and yeah, just using a Fortitude straight away. So I think I'll go for Fortitude first. The best option, in my opinion, is Tyrell's Might, because you can get 3 open sockets on this, but it's like crazy expensive. I think I saw one on trade site for 150 high runes for buyout, I think. That's like not affordable to me at all. You can hit like a lot of faster run walk on this, right? or it has a lot of fast run walk. You can hit lots of resistances, a huge amount of strength, which frees up stats. It can, like, it has this native damage to demons and undead, and you can even put more jewels in there, right? ED jewels, so it's definitely best in slot. The fast run walk is also like an insane stat there. So yeah, definitely go for Tyrell's Might if you have the budget. 2 open socket would still be better, I think, than Fortitude. And I think I would go for 2 open sockets over the Fortitude still. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Fortitude first, I think, yeah. That's about it. So, let's go for the skills here. What I did, I decided to go like prerequisites and 1 point into leap, because I want to leap over, like, for example, the river on Chaos Sanctuary, to go there more quickly, basically. Then we max out double throw and the synergy double swing to get like the maximum amount of damage we can get on the skill. 1 point I have into frenzy right now. That we have to talk about that pretty soon too. We'll see about that. Then we have maxed out throwing mastery and 1 point into each of those. Those are like the Barb's one-hit wonders, right? Because like 1 point into there gives me 35 RS, 1 point into there gives me 60% increased like defense. It's great. 25 fast run walk. Then we have here fast hit recovery, some life. It's insane. Like these points, you definitely want to hit like 1 point into there. And yeah, for walk rise, I went with everything 1 point except battle cry, and then we max out battle command. And what to max out last is probably either battle orders. Battle cry is an option too, to reduce enemy physical resistance even more. You could max out, yeah, probably those are the 2 options. What you want to consider is to hit enough attack speed, possible attack speed on your frenzy, to hit your IAS breakpoints. And at that point, we can talk about IAS breakpoints a little bit. So from me, give me 1 sec, I will just switch the scene here. So here you can see an IAS calculator. I just googled for D2 IAS calculator, and there's lots of interesting like resources on the web, so you can definitely check that one out. What we go for is Barbarian, right? Because that's our class. We go for a Ghost Glaive, because Wraithrights are Ghost Glaives. Second weapon is also Ghost Glaive. Oh, sorry, I missed that one. Okay, and then we just use the skill double throw. That's basically how you use that one. And you'll see, I'll leave fanaticism off for now. So if we show the IAS table, we can see now we have a Barbarian, Ghost Glaive, double throw, and then you can see attack speed, values that you need to hit, and the ticks, like attack speed. That's like frames. So this one is the attacks per second that you get if you hit those given IAS values, right? This is the frames that you need for 1 throw, basically. And what we can see is the best we can hit is probably around 120 or something, which is heavy investment, I think. And this would be 5.5 frames, right? So that's what we want to, what we could go for. And many videos think that this is basically what you should aim for, and then you go for like fanaticism, subtract that from the 120, then you go for frenzy, subtract that from the 120, and then you go for the rest into IAS, right, on your gear. But that's not how it works, because fanaticism is an extra value that you need to change to be correct on that. So I will just quickly show you that. We are going for a Ghost Glaive again. We're going for a secondary weapon, Ghost Glaive again, and then we go for fanaticism. And because we get fanaticism from our mercenary, I have a faith bow here. So this one gives us 12 fanaticism, right? The higher the better. I just happen to hit a 12 one. So we are going to go for 12 fanaticism here. And when you put that in, sorry about that. When you put that in, you'll see our ticks are actually, wait a second, something, oh, I didn't hit double throw as a skill. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. You have to sit through me typing that shit in again. So I forgot to choose double throw. Alright, fanaticism level 12. Now it should work. So as you can see, before the max was 5.5, right? And we can hit that right now with 39 IAS. So right now the best one that we can most likely hit would be probably 163 with very heavy investment. For me it will be 95. And it gives us basically one breakpoint even better, or like one whole frame better than before. So that's really what we want to shoot for now. So we disregard fanaticism now, and now we can subtract all the IAS values that we get. So for me that is Frenzy. We can subtract Frenzy, which is right now if we are buffing ourselves with battle orders, right? This gives us skills, so our Frenzy can hit a higher breakpoint. So right now we can have 31 attack speed by just frenzying up on monsters. So for that we can subtract 31 basically, so we are around at 65, I say. Just take it as 65. So we want to hit 65% increased attack speed on the gear. And how are we doing that? For me, we are going for gold wrap, right? Then we are going for the 20 IAS on our Wraith Flight here. But you need to be careful here, because only the IAS on your main hand weapon is counted. So you need to make sure that your main hand weapon, which is actually the weapon that you equip first, is the one that has the IAS on. So we have 20, 20, and then we will get like 30 more on here, because we can hit 2 15 IAS jewels in the Ariad's face. So we are at 70 IAS from our gear without the Trax grasp right now, right? We disregard Drax and go for Soul Drainers afterwards. So this is all the IAS I need. 70%, and then we buff up with Frenzy, and I can hit this 95 IAS pretty easily. If you can't hit the IAS just yet, you can also spec more into Frenzy to increase that attack speed you can get, but it has some diminishing returns, I think. So that was a lot of information. I hope you sat through it. There is some misinformation on the videos, and actually the video that mentioned the misinformation was from Bora Gaming, so shout out to him. Really appreciate your work. Thanks for clearing this out for me, and making me understand all this shit to figure out what I need to spec and what I need to gear basically. Thanks a lot. So credits given. Our mercenary gear real quick. Just some rest belt, rest boots, shaft stop, which is pretty good for physical reduction, and right now a Tal's Mask. It's really shitty. I will give her the tracks when I switch to Soul Drainers, and I think I will go for the Andariel setup, and yeah, so she'll be way better afterwards after switching. Right now we can buff ourselves, and fully buffed we are at 1.5k life, 260 mana, and let's just go. So I can just show you real quick here a quick chaos run. What you probably want to do is to go for Frenzy first when you clear a few monsters so you don't die. So let's get hit somewhat, and I'll show you like the leech here, leech potential. So we are at around like probably half HP right now, and we hit one glaive basically, and we are at full life. So for that the defenses aren't that important for the build, but I still like to be somewhat tanky. We right now have not much of physical reduction, so yeah, that's about it. As you can see, we can even jump over here, which is pretty nice, and go for Frenzy sometimes to just speed up a little bit. If you don't go for a increased attack speed Wraith Flight, which is pretty hard to get, I think, you can go for increased attack speed gloves and just go not Soul Drainers basically. You can go for Laying of Hands, you can go for the Drax I mentioned. I think there is a lot of good alternatives with increased attack speed gloves, and those should work just fine. As you can see, we are pretty speedy with the Vigor Aura from our Mercenary and all the fast run walk that also Frenzy provides us. it's like a really speedy build, and with Ethereal Smite it would probably be even speedier. So right now, what is our move speed right now? It's 33 from... Wait, that can't be right? Oh, nice. Gold wrap right now. Nice. That's a belt we actually use. I'm not quite sure if the tooltip there is correct for the fast run walk. Because we have our Gore Riders on, right? Yeah, and we have some from the Barbarian passive tree. Or like, yeah. Actually, it's a passive tree. Yeah. Combat Mastery tree. So, as you can see, it clears quite fast. And I'm not even at full gear potential, right? We don't have our Mercenary also with the Templar Smite, which gives us a Might Aura. We don't have the Wisp Projector yet. We don't have Soul Drainers, which give more damage. And yeah, it destroys packs really fast. And for, yeah, you basically don't need to worry about anything because you just leech all the life back if you get hit. The only thing that you need to be careful is for maps that have like a lot of skeletons and stuff, because you can't leech from them. And you need to be careful not to just, yeah, think you can leech and then die from just not caring too much. So, as you can see, like I just threw a few javelins in there and they all blew up. It's a pretty decent chaos time, I would say. And for mapping, this build is even better than for chaos, I would say, because yeah, in maps it just is like a crazy build. Let's just charge up some frenzy stacks and just go for the kill here. You can't leech mana from Diablo or life for that matter, so you just need to be careful. So that's about the chaos run here. The build works like a charm, and I think I will showcase it at one point in maps too. It's a great mapper too, because like there's low amount of physical immunes. And the ones that are you can probably hit like a break with the amp damage and your walk like battle cry from your war cries. So yeah, it's a great build. I really enjoy the build. It's much fun actually. And yeah, hope you liked the video. If you did, subscribe please and follow the channel. It's like always happy to showcase some builds for you. And we even got a summoning skiller for a good finish here. Nice. 30 MF gold wrap. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.